Guys, Nick Wood here, the king of digital real estate, pulling the mic a little bit closer so you guys can hear me. Guys, if I could write a letter to myself, if I could go back to 2016 when I was just starting this business model, I was thinking about this. I thought this would be an interesting thing to just ponder on, but also to share. And I know many of you guys, maybe not, maybe you have. There's a song by Brad Paisley. Yes, I'm not really a country guy, but he does have a song called Letter to Me, and he talks about the letter he would write himself when he was in, I don't know if it was his teenage years or whatever, but I sat there and I thought, what would I say to myself if I could go to myself, what I know now today, sitting here today, I'm in West Africa, it's the year 2023, I've made millions of dollars doing this business model. If I could go back to young, strapling, young man Nicholas back in 2016, when he was just getting into Rank and Rent, what are some of the things that you would tell him? What are some of the things you would grab him by the collar and shake him and say, listen to me, dude, you got to hear this because you don't know what's coming and you need to understand this. And what would those things be? And so I made a little list of the things that I would tell myself, and I would tell you, and obviously the purpose of me sharing that is so that you who may be just getting into this, or maybe you just are considering, should I get into this business model? Should I start that side hustle? Should I create a second revenue stream? If that's you, then listen up, because this is what I would have told myself when I just started 6 years ago. Number one, Nick, if I was talking to you, or if I was talking to you, maybe your name is Jared, maybe your name is Brad, maybe your name's Tammy. Hi, Tammy. I would tell you, number one, you are going to almost lose it all. There's going to come a point when you're gonna almost lose everything. And what I mean by that is, I mean potentially money, but I also mean your confidence. Your willpower, your excitement. There will come a time when you're almost going to lose it all, but that will be right before things get really good. And I know it's kind of a cheesy quote that I don't even know what movie it is. It talks about the darkest hours right before the dawn. Literally, as I look back on the last 6 years, I was so close to giving up. And the time when I was the closest to giving up, when I was considering going back and being just a sales guy and having a regular job, was literally months before I made my first $1 million. Months before. It's the old analogy of 3 feet from gold. And I would tell myself, dude, you're going to be close to wanting to just burn this to the ground. And not just once, but multiple times. But the time when you're the closest, don't do it because you're close, dude. You're so close, okay? Number two thing I would tell myself, and I'm telling you if you're listening to this right now, is don't listen to anyone that isn't making the money that you aspire to make, doing the thing that you are doing. And one of the mistakes that I made when I first got into this is I was listening to people that were making money, and that's great. I'm going to drink water. I'm always listening to people that make more money than me. But I'm not going to let you tell me how to run my business or take your advice on this specific business if you do not make your money in this business. And I see so many people, including myself, taking advice on how to choose a city from someone who's not in the game, from someone who does not make money selling digital real estate, from building simple websites and renting them out. They are making their money by consulting or by selling a program or by selling a software. And you are taking their advice and they are out of touch and they're not affected by them being out of touch. Go find someone who's in the game. Go find someone who is actually doing it, who's making the money you want to make and aspire to make. That's the person you listen to. And I made a huge mistake by listening to somebody and multiple people that were like, yeah, this is how you pick a good city. And 20 sites later, 50 sites later, realized that was dog shit advice. And I just wasted thousands, tens of thousands of dollars because I listened to that advice. And if I would have opened my brain and been a little bit more bold and I would have asked more questions, said, hey, is that advice valid? How would they know they're not even in the game? Then I wouldn't have made those mistakes. Do not listen to anyone that isn't making the money you want to make from this model. Number three, it's going to take twice as long as you think, and it's probably going to take twice the effort, period. There's not a whole lot to say on that. You think you're going to get to $10,000 in the first quarter, in the first year, it's going to just plan on it being double. Now, I'm not saying that you should be satisfied with it being double. I'm not saying that you can't do it in that amount of time, but plan on it taking twice as long and twice as much effort as you actually think is going to have to go into it. That's it. I like everybody else thought, oh man, I'm going to come in, I'm going to make it $10,000 my first month. I should be at 100 grand a month in no problem, or in no time. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I got punched right in the face. And many people, you know what? They actually go and get a deal and they're hopping along, skipping along, whatever. And then they get punched. And sometimes I'm more worried about those people because they think it's just going to be easy. They don't understand what's coming. They don't understand they are going to get calls from business owners that are unhappy, even though they're giving them leads. They are going to have back charges on their Stripe account. They are going to have more days where they wake up and don't feel like doing this than days that they do. They are going to get out of the honeymoon stage where this is fun and exciting and sexy and, oh, I actually have to do work. All of those things are going to happen. Okay, it's going to take twice as long as you think, and it's going to take twice as much effort as you think. However, this is what I would say to you, Mr. Young Nicholas, you sexy young man of, I don't know how many years old, 6 years ago, 26 years old. I'm going to tell you this, and anyone else listening, Jenny, Brad, Frankie, Tammy, nice to see you again. If you are willing and if you persevere and if you keep going, one day, if you don't quit, if you don't stop, if you don't give up, you will be able to live anywhere you want to live. You will be able to make millions of dollars from the continent of Africa because you decided to. You will be able to drive a brand new 2022 G-Wagon that you picked up on the lot because you felt like it. You will be able to buy real estate. You will be mingling with millionaires and 100 millionaires. You will be eating the finest foods and going to the most exotic places and taking care of people that you want to take care of and donating to the cause you want to donate. And you will have a life that you thought was only a dream. But you got to be willing to put in the work. That's what I would say. That's what I would say to myself. That's the things that I would say. Those are the things that I would share. And if I could give myself a glimpse into my current life, I wouldn't believe it. Am I where I want to be? No. Have I reached the status, not even the status, but the level I want to reach? Of course not. I'm not dumb enough to think that I'm the end all be all, man. I'm just getting started. That's the scary part for some of y'all. Some of you guys think I'm sitting here and think I've made it. Dude, I know I haven't made it. I'm just getting started. I'm hungry, dude. I'm hungry, man. I'm dumping money into my business. I'm dumping hundreds of thousands of dollars into my business per month, dude. Okay? I'm just getting started. But if I could go back to 2016 when I just got into this business and I could share a few things with myself, these are the things that I would tell myself. And for those of you that are new, for those of you that are just getting started, listen to what I'm saying. This is what I would tell myself, which means it's also what I would like to tell you if it were you.